Hello, I'm Bob Schieffer, and welcome to the CBS Evening News Online edition. Just ahead, a look at the disturbing number of freeway shootings that have occurred in California in recent months. And we'll give you the inside story on computer programs that make it easy for others to snoop in your private files. And we'll report on the plastic surgery craze that's sweeping China in our special series, Beautiful World. It's all starting now on the CBS Evening News Online edition. Americans are always looking for ways to feel safer on the road and in our cars. So when something happens to threaten that, the ripples are felt all across the country. The Highway Patrol in Southern California has just formed a task force this week to look into a series of deadly shootings on the world-famous freeways there. Our Sandra Hughes is on the case.
California freeways, already notorious for being dangerous, are now starting to feel like the Wild West. 8 shootings in just 2 months, 4 people dead. Still, police caution.
You shouldn't panic. It's still fairly safe to be out there.
California's Highway Patrol has formed a task force to work with local police since the shootings span 3 separate counties. The attacks lack any apparent connection, though authorities say they have their suspicions.
Road rage is part of it. It's nothing new, unfortunately, to Southern California and to, I think, the United States.
In fact, in the city of Los Angeles, the number of freeway shootings is actually down this year over last. It was back in 1987 when Californians first coined the phrase road rage. Then there were 40 freeway shootings in just 6 weeks. This woman was shot at.
You can hear it, like, wait.
The current shooting spree has unnerved drivers and devastated relatives of the seemingly random victims. Michael Livingston was a 20-year-old college student who was killed while driving to a friend's house.
Someone drove up alongside of him and shot him.
His parents can't believe police are telling people not to be afraid.
The idea of getting in your car and driving on the freeway and being caught unaware and fired upon is something to be afraid about.
She's not alone.
The CHP said it was not that big of a deal, or, that concerned me. Minimizing it concerns me.
You don't know who they're aiming at. You don't know why they're aiming at you. You just know all of a sudden you're getting shot at.
Bob, the police have made no arrests and they have very few leads.
Well, does anybody have any idea who's behind this? Is there a connection between these shootings? Is there some sort of a gang deal going on? What do the police think is going on here?
Well, Bob, the police don't think it's one person doing this. They say the bullets aren't connected. If any vehicles have been seen, they aren't connected, and they really have no suspects.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And thanks, Sandra. These days, music fans can find all the latest tunes on the internet, download them to their computers, and if they choose, share the music files with anyone, anywhere. But it turns out some of the software that makes the file sharing possible can also leave you open to identity theft. Here's Wyatt Andrews with the inside story.
It was among the most frightening phone calls Don Boddicker ever received. A stranger calling from California was reading Don's tax return.
We had not even sent our taxes in yet. They had not even been mailed.
And worse, the stranger got the tax return online straight out of Don's computer.
He could read every single line of everything that I had on my taxes.
Income, deduction.
You name it. Very scary moment for us.
You were the guy who called him?
Yes, I called Don.
We found this mystery caller who wants to be known only as Jeff from Sacramento. Jeff has called 120 people so far to warn them their financial documents are available.
There's their tax file right there.
Because of file sharing.
As you can see right there is his checking account and routing number.
File sharing today is the rage on the internet, mostly because of users who share songs. But because file sharing literally opens your computer to outsiders, it can also lead to snooping. All Jeff does is search for the word tax.
You're in somebody's computer this second?
That's correct. I'm into that person's shared files.
Millions of Americans now share computer files, usually music, by downloading what's called peer-to-peer software. The problem is, many users don't understand exactly which files are being made public.
You had your refund of $794 sent directly to your checking account.
Right. While we watched, Jeff pulled the tax return of a man named Zachary in New Mexico.
No, sir, I'm not kidding.
Zachary, clearly shaken, agreed to speak with us. I must tell you, we're sitting here looking at your 04 tax return, and I want to know what you think about that.
I'm deeply concerned. I think something needs to be done now.
So we found Zachary, too. It turns out both he and Don had installed a file share program called BearShare. They had no idea BearShare was giving away personal documents like their taxes.
Do you think this software program gave you enough warning?
No, I don't.
You were giving away personal stuff?
If I had known that, I never would have downloaded the program.
The makers of BearShare declined comment, but an industry spokesman, Adam Icegrow, says the privacy rules for BearShare will be upgraded immediately.
As I understand, a new version will be coming out literally in a matter of days that will seek to close any possible vulnerabilities of this.
And there are plenty of vulnerabilities. Besides tax returns, CBS News also found private medical files and private bank statements.
Do you think there's any way in the world he meant to share this tax return?
No way.
Jeff puts most of the blame on computer users themselves. Users in such a rush to take in music files, they didn't notice what they were giving away. Wyatt Andrews, CBS News, Sacramento.
Experts in Egypt showed off an ageless beauty today, a wonderfully preserved mummy, more than 2,000 years old. It was dug from the sand recently south of Cairo, encased in a brightly painted wooden sarcophagus. It was topped by a golden mask. One archaeologist called it possibly the most beautiful mummy ever found in Egypt. Which brings us, I suppose, to tonight's installment of our week-long series, Beautiful World, a survey of the worldwide cosmetic surgery mania. Frankly, I didn't believe this chapter, but Barry Peterson has assured us it is true.
This is not what it seems to be. Yes, it is a beauty contest, but don't thank nature. This recent pageant had one rule. It was only open to women who've had plastic surgery. It is China's latest craze, going under the cosmetic surgeon's knife. Vivian Nye is a happy part of this new boom. A fan of cosmetic surgery for herself, she also runs one of the many clinics that cater to men and women who like to look, among other things, less Chinese.
Yes. What do Chinese women want their eyes to look like?
There was the bigger eye and like Western eye.
This client is back for more. She's already had eye surgery and her chin smoothed. Now it's time to tuck the skin under her chin.
So you're 32. You want to look 22? 18?
Which is why the before and after book is stuffed with happy customers who wouldn't settle for the looks nature gave them.
It's not just about vanity. In this society, people are often judged for jobs or promotions based on how they look. There are reports of people not being hired because they were deemed too short or too ugly.
And that's why Darren wanted a bigger chin to make a better impression as a TV personality. After the surgery, he got a promotion and a surprising reaction.
People say he's slimmer. People won't notice he's got a chin augmentation, but people will say, wow, you look slim. What did you do? You slim down.
So more and more Chinese unhappy with their looks are grabbing their wallets. Fixing the eyes about $500. A new nose, a mere $700. It is said that money can't buy happiness, but it's sure helping many people here put on a happy face. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Beijing.
More stories are just a click away, but don't forget to join me on television for the on-air edition of the CBS Evening News. On Tuesday's broadcast, for years, millions of couples have videotaped their child's births. So why do many doctors now want the cameras turned off? For CBSNews.com, I'm Bob Schieffer.